This is Heavy Conversation with Bruce and Jody, a podcast where we talk about being a big guy in today's world.
I'm Bruce.
And I'm Jody. Here we go.
All right, here we go.
Hey, Bruce.
Hello, Jody.
How are you?
I am great, and I'm ready to complain.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
What?
Yeah,
No
right.
complaining, Bruce.
I know. Isn't that the most
We'll
fun,
send
though?
you to the info line at Chubster. At Chubster. You can complain to your secretaries,
Right.
and your
Scream
people.
into the void. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes it just feels good to complain, to get to air the issues that you have with something. And today we're going to do that. It might not be just strictly complaining, but today we're going to do that by talking about how brands, big and tall brands, are failing their customers.
Okay.
What they aren't doing that they could do better.
Yes.
Now, this is one of those that we had to talk about a little bit beforehand, just because it's something that we always talk about, or we're always looking at. So we're like, have we covered this in the past? Mm-hmm. So to an extent, yes, but not as directly as we're going to today.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's important to just we're always getting hit up by new brands to say, hey, look at us, we've got extended sizes, or we've got new whatever their thing is that they're doing.
Right.
And I'm like, ooh, I'm excited. I want to check this out. And you go and you're like, wait, where is the big and tall sizes?
Right.
You're going up to like a 3X.
Yeah.
And I don't understand how even now the brands are thinking, oh yeah, that's extended sizing.
They don't get it.
Yeah. We've only been doing a large for, or extra large for so long. We'll add a couple and everyone will be so happy that they're getting our stuff in their size.
Right. So that's probably a good one to start with is lack of sizing. Mm-hmm. There are so many brands that are out there that are doing exactly that. They're like, hey, we're doing extended sizes, and they come out with like a double X. And there was specifically a large brand that came out and did that and tried to make it a big push. And they had models, and they were trying to be like, hey, we're doing it too, but they weren't doing it.
They weren't actually going all the way. They were just barely dipping their toe into the plus size market, which either you just do it or you don't. I think, like, don't try to just get media attention or whatever just by doing a couple extra sizes, because that you're just letting your potential customers down, right? And then you're kind of burning your name with them. So if you ever do decide to expand even more, they're not going to believe you. They're not going to, Right.
Yeah. You alienate your customer that early, and you're not off to a good start.
Yeah. And I mean, that was a big, when Bjorn and I started Bearskin, we're like, well, where do we, what sizes do we go to? Where do we, stop?
Right.
And so it was hard to figure out at what point are you going to sell enough to make it worthwhile,
Sure.
What sizes do you need to stop at? And
right.
Yeah.
And part of it is being inclusive. And I think one of the things that I've found from talking to big and tall brands that are doing this is that it seems like the biggest part of their customer base wears between an XL and like a 4X. And above that, they're not making the same amount of sales. You're not driving as much because there aren't as many people.
Yeah.
But those people need options too. So it makes sense for a company to think about those sizes, offer those things.
Yeah. I mean, that's the same with Bearskin. We skew our order to be, we have more of those middle sizes than we do the outliers.
Sure.
Because like you said, we don't sell as many of those. So we just don't. Right. We don't make as many of those. We don't buy as many of those.
Do you find that those customers that are in the bigger sizes are they happier? Are they more dedicated? Do you find like
I mean, most of the customers that we have, like as soon as we have new stuff, they like buy a bunch of them in their size. But the bigger guys, I think the bigger customers definitely do. They're like, oh, we want more. I already have those. I want more.
Right, right. I think it's just like what I found with Chubster is that when people are reaching out and somebody's like, I'm a 6X, it's amazing that you're talking about this thing, this company that has something in my size, because I can't find anything. Yep. So when they find those things, it's more important to them, and they are willing to buy that stuff. So
Yeah, I do find that they're more loyal to our brand because of the fact that we have those sizes, and they,
Right.
as soon as we come out with something new, they snatch them up, they buy a bunch of them.
Nice. Yeah. That's the thing that some of these companies I don't think realize is that this is an audience that they have money to spend. They want to spend it on your products if you make something for them.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
So that's one. We should probably open this beer.
Okay.
So it's a little cooler right now as we're recording this, and this is our first seasonal beer. It is the Sierra Nevada Celebration Fresh Hop IPA.
Ooh.
Yes, there's a house covered in snow on the label,
Celebration.
and yes, it looks
Sierra
glorious.
Nevada Brewing Company.
Yep.
It says the long, cold nights of winter are a little bit brighter with Celebration Ale. Wonderfully robust and rich, Celebration Ale is dry hopped for a lively, intense aroma. Brewed especially for the holidays, it is perfect for a festive gathering or for a quiet evening at home. It's a 6.8
There we go.
ABV and a 65 IBU. Yeah, it's
Okay.
a light golden color here.
Yes.
I think we did last year. I think we did a festive brew tasting, didn't we? Or did we just do one-offs?
I think we might have done some one-offs because I think our first beer tasting was the Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
So there is certainly a beer tasting in the future. I know that we've been getting
That is hoppy.
that face.
Wow.
So I do know that Sierra Nevada is they do some
Excuse me.
They do some intense beers, especially if you're
What is it?
yeah.
Fresh hop. Yeah, that is very fresh.
Oh yeah. They're not playing around with that. I don't know. That's like
It's been a while since I've had a really hoppy beer. So
it's like beer and hops, and it's like a punch to the face.
on my tongue, it's punching my tongue.
Sierra Nevada made, I don't know if they still make it, but they did a barley wine, and I wasn't sure what barley wine was, and then I tried it, and sweet mother of mercy, it was like getting hit by a car. It was horrible, in a good way.
Horrible.
So hoppy, like so bitter. Just ugh. I kind of want to try it again because it's been so long, and your palate changes.
It does.
So,
that is quite the dry hop. I don't know if I can.
Yeah. No. Well, it's all right. That's all right. I like that. I would.
It is a celebration in my mouth.
Little soapy at the end. Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah. That is.
They're not all going to be.
They're not all gyms. Well, at least you tried it. Now you know.
Yep.
Now you know, and you can add it to your Untapped app.
Yes. I just rated it on my Untapped app. So if you want to know what my real feelings are, you can
There you go.
check out my ratings.
Yep. The green barfy face emoji. Is that? Yeah.
No, it's not. No.
All right.
But yeah, do go to the Untapped app and follow Heavy Conversations beer list. You can kind of follow along, see what we're drinking.
Yep.
You can even try and drink some of the beers if you can find them locally by you, and let us know what you think.
Yep. Give us recommendations, all that good stuff.
Yes. More beer, please.
So we've talked about wider size range and how we'd like to see that. Another thing that's really vital is getting these companies to make clothes specifically for bigger bodies. Mm-hmm. So not just sizing something up from like a size 28 fit model.
Yeah.
Finding a bigger, rounder person, making clothes that work for them, and not just thinking about what those bodies need and how to make things work for that size body.
Yeah, it's tough. A lot of companies do just take the regular sizes and just add inches and go up instead of every size using a different body, because bodies are big in different ways. So you have to find, we don't just keep getting taller. We get wide in certain areas more than other areas. So it really is important to use the bigger bodies as fit models when you're designing the clothes and the fit and stuff like that. I think some are doing it well, some are not quite as
Getting it.
Yeah, I mean, it's even with Bearskin, we went through a few rounds of trying to get that figured out, and it takes a little while.
Trial and error and money.
Yeah. Yes, and money.
Right.
Lots of money to redo a line. And
yeah, some of the companies that we've covered on Chubster that I've talked to or that I've visited with that are doing it right, it's taking a long time. You know, they're putting a lot of effort into it.
And I think it's also a constant thing.
Sure. You don't just do it once and stop.
Yeah, because the way people like their clothes to fit changes.
Right.
I've noticed. I work at DXL, and I've noticed a lot of the jeans and the pants are getting a lot more athletic, fit, tapered, because that's what's in style, and that's what So I think the sizing and the fit and everything is always going to be evolving by people's tastes, how they like them to fit, all that kind of stuff.
Definitely.
Yeah.
One company that I worked with, I went to their headquarters and they had a mannequin, the fit that they drape the clothes on. Yeah. They had one of those mannequins that was a big and tall mannequin. They told me they'd spent like $50,000 on this.
Well, they don't make very many of them, so they're like almost custom.
And it was taller than me. I mean, this thing was on this base that rolled. Yeah. And you could pull out like certain parts of the body. So if you wanted a bigger belly or broader shoulders, did all these crazy things. But they also went a step above and beyond, and they had a group of people that they'd put together that were, they were family members of employees, they were ex-employees, current employees that were bigger guys.
Okay.
They brought them together for like a round table on a quarterly basis. They'd sit around, they'd talk about clothes, they had them try new things they were putting out.
Nice.
Did all these things, which obviously if you have a huge budget, you can do those things.
When you're a big name, you can do all those things.
But it's good. I think knowing that there are companies that are putting that kind of effort into it is what we need, and we need more of that.
Yeah, we would do something like that on a smaller scale for Bearskin. We, a group of our trusted friends and stuff like that, and wanting honest feedback about stuff. Like, don't just tell me it's good, because that doesn't help me. I need you to tell me what you don't like or what is not, maybe quite right or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's always kind of fun it hurts a little. Sometimes you're like, oh, but we worked so hard on that and it didn't turn out right.
But it must help, right?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. It does. And, we're always getting feedback from our customers and doing those fits and stuff like that. It's fun. We got new stuff coming out again, so it's nerve-wracking.
Nice.
Like, I hope we get it right.
Yeah, that has to be, yeah, nail biting, just trying to make sure that everything's good.
Yeah.
Another thing that and this has always been a pet peeve, I know for me, and I'm sure for you, is that we will see brands pop up that are like, we're offering extended sizes, but they only do like t-shirts. And look, I'm wearing a t-shirt right now. You're wearing a t-shirt right now. We wear t-shirts very regularly, but that's not all we're looking for.
Yeah.
And there are so many companies that are specifically focused on like this one thing. And I get it. It is an entry. It's probably an easier.
It is. T-shirts are easy, and but that doesn't make a clothing brand by having a t-shirt.
And especially if you're using something that's already established and you're not doing anything with fit or any of that. You're just doing like a graphic and putting it out.
Yeah.
Fine. You know what? It's hard enough to start anything, so I'm not crapping on ideas, but I will say that what I want is more options, more diversity. I don't want just
actual
t-shirts.
Fashion.
Right. I want fashion. Exactly.
Not a t-shirt.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You want different things. Now I'm looking for sweaters and cardigans and sweatshirts, and I want some modern stuff. And we still aren't seeing enough of that out there. We aren't seeing these things where they're really putting a focus on style and fit. There are a few brands that are doing that and doing it well. And I am always I'm always looking at things, and I've got, since I was young, just thinking, okay, they're making all this stuff for my dad. This is not something I would want to wear. So there are certain things that I just hate. Yeah. I am mostly against polos. I hate the polo. It's just my personal thing.
It's another fat guy uniform item. Yeah.
Totally. So there are things like that where, now that I say that, I'll be wearing a polo and some photo shoot soon. I know.
And it's going to be great.
It is. Yeah. But, for me personally, just there are all these things, and I feel like there are still a lot of brands that aren't thinking about what this customer wants, and they're going, oh, well, this is what Big and Tall is, so let's make more of that.
Or they're like, oh, there's a lot of t-shirt companies, so that must be the thing to do, so I'm going to just make more t-shirts.
Right.
Instead of like, oh, I see a lot of t-shirt companies that they're probably good on t-shirts.
Totally.
There's not a lot of
Right. We want I'd like to see more outerwear that's interesting. I'd like to see more shirts,
more colors,
jeans, wide shoes. Wide shoes is something that is insane. They're insanely difficult to find in like modern styles.
Like cool looking shoes. Yeah.
Because there are those places you can go that are local where it's like the wide shoe store, and you go there and it's like
grandpa shoes,
the big orthopedic Velcro thing, and you're like,
and
okay,
some dress shoes, that aren't that great looking either.
Right. So they will have your size, but they don't have what you would actually want to wear. So that is one area where I really think that these companies need to get on it. With shoes.
Yeah, I do. There are. Even at DXL, there's a bigger selection online, but sometimes I wish there were a few more of those fun, crazy ones in the store, because it's hard to sell shoes to someone on that you don't have in,
Totally.
Like, I don't want to buy shoes that I don't try on.
If they're in the store, of course they want to try them on. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but they've got some fun ones. I want them in the store so I can put them on my feet.
Yes. And it's another one of those things where people will buy the stuff if you make those things for them. And they really want modern styles. And I think some of these companies are getting around to it. Like you were talking about DXL doing more athletic fit. I mean, we're seeing athletic fit across the board where we're just seeing more of that for Big and Tall.
Yeah.
Because generally people are wanting something that's a little more fitted. It looks a little more modern. So that's great. We want to see that in other things. If it's basically the idea here is that we want to see the same options in Big and Tall that we're seeing in mainstream sizes.
Wherever the mall, whatever store at the mall that you're like, ooh, that's really cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're seeing it in a men's magazine. Maybe there's something in there. It goes up to a medium or a large.
Yeah.
I mean, there are so many of those things that the Carhartt work in progress.
Oh my God, I love that stuff.
Everything. I would buy it all. I would buy it all.
I would too.
I would spend so much money.
I was excited when I first saw that. I'm like, wait, Carhartt, what?
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, no. It's just like, it's another brand using
Carhartt's name.
Yeah. And I was like, oh man.
So we want these things. And it's not just you and me. It's
not.
So many people that want this stuff. So if you're listening out there and you run a brand or you're with one of these big companies, please do this. Talk to us.
Yes. Give us a call.
Happy to talk about it.
You all have our numbers.
That's right.
So
That's right.
give us a call.
Last thing on the list here that we kind of briefly talked about is we want to see more of these companies using bigger models in their ad campaigns and their catalogs, on their websites.
Yes.
And
you got to show who the customer actually is. Don't show what you think you are wanting to portray as your brand look. You got to show who is your customer, who is buying your products, and show them in your media, in your catalog, in your website, or whatever it is.
If you're thinking that bigger people can't be aspirational, then you're totally missing the boat.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is that there are a lot of people out there who need clothes in extended sizes and are not looking at the thin guy as the aspirational.
Yeah, it's hard to be like, oh yeah, that's going to look just like that on my body.
Right.
No,
right.
That's not how it looks on my body.
And that's the thing that, I mean, obviously you're doing that at Bearskin. You're using bigger models and you're using lots of different body types. You're showing lots of different people, and that's awesome because we don't see that anywhere.
Yeah.
We do that with Chubster, with our photo shoots and articles. We're able to show those people, and we have a business case that's built here that says people will buy this stuff. They will buy more of it. You will have higher conversion rates if you are showing them models who look like them, wearing the clothes or using the products that you're trying to sell them.
I really like that at DXL, our new CEO is all about, we're a big and tall company, big and tall store. We need to be using big and tall guys. You're in a lot of the campaigns. I get to see your happy holiday face every day at work.
Yeah.
Because you're a part of the holiday campaign, so your happy face is there every day,
right?
Greeting me.
Nice.
So, but yeah, it's nice to see bigger guys, bigger bodies. There's a couple other guys that they've been using regularly, but there's a couple other new guys that I've noticed in some upcoming campaigns that are big guys, and I'm like, wow, that's who I see in my store every day. I'm so glad that they're using those types of guys.
It makes such a big difference, and that's the thing is that for the shoots that I've done with DXL, the guys, the other guys who are models, we all look pretty different from each other. So Rob Robinson is a taller guy. He's well put together. He's solid.
He's got like that football,
totally.
I don't know, not the lineman look, but like a quarterback sort of.
Or Eric is another guy. Yeah, he is actually a football player.
Yes.
Yeah, right. So I am not.
Yeah.
I'm your typical middle-aged dad. I'm short. I'm wide. Not what you think
normally
of.
see.
Yeah, I never saw anything like me when I was, any time before I started doing it. So I think it's important, and I think that brands like this are seeing that. I think that other mainstream brands are going to start getting it as well, and it's vital. We need to see better representation across the board.
Yeah, and I think it draws attention to what you're actually doing. If you just look like everybody else, you're going to look like everybody else, and no one's going to see you.
Right.
So using the big bodies, the different bodies, I think that's really important to show. I mean, we've got such a diverse culture, and why are we not trying to represent more of it?
Totally. Makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So you can call Bruce and he'll model for you.
There we go.
For the right price.
That's right.
He'll let you fly him to exotic places. I might even do it if you're so inclined.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah.
So
I think it's important to show different body types. It really is.
Without a doubt. There are certainly other things that we could talk about here, but I feel like we covered a lot of the big ones.
Yeah, the ones that we are kind of always
talking
about with each other.
If a company is looking at these things and saying, okay, these 4 things, we're going to do something about this.
Yeah, we can. This is an easy thing for us to tackle.
Right. Then they're going to be making a big difference. And that's what we want. So
awesome.
Yeah. If you want to see more of that, the best thing that you can do is tell the brands that you like or that you wish you could wear that you want to see more of this stuff.
And support the ones that are using
without a
different body types and having extended sizes. That's the most important thing.
Totally.
Is you are showing people that you want it with your dollars.
Right.
And you support the companies and they'll keep doing it.
Absolutely. That's vital. They need to see that money is being spent here. So so that covers that. Now we're at the point in the show where we talk about the thing.
The thing, and what are we up to?
Yes.
What? Oh, well, I don't remember if I talked about it on a previous one, but we have our new fall, or I guess our fall winter stuff coming, and it's landing on Monday, which is
nice,
scary and exciting, and like,
oh yeah.
It's always like, oh my God, it's all coming. It's here. It's like hurry up and wait is what it feels like. You're like, okay, it's going to be here. What else do we got to do to get ready for it? And
right.
It's exciting to, like, we've been doing photo shoots and stuff, getting ready and
nice,
getting all the holiday stuff planned, which is like never ending planning. And
can you talk about like when any of that will be out, or do you
it'll be for sure. Well, it'll be for sure before Thanksgiving. It'll be be out and available for Thanksgiving. So check out bearskin.com for all your underwear.
Nice.
Got some new stuff, so be sure. It's going to be exciting.
Yes. Awesome. We're not 100% sure when this is going to come out, so I'll throw this out as a small thing, but there's something else that I want to talk about as my thing. We're doing a Black Friday roundup, basically, of like all the deals for extended size clothing products, some cool things that we're putting on Chubster.com, specific deals that are exclusive to Chubster as well. So if you're looking at getting someone in your life clothes, other products, accessories, electronics, beds, all kinds of different things, we've got an exhaustive list of things, stuff to look at.
Nice. So your holiday guides have been pretty good. So
thank you. Yeah,
excited to see what you got.
Yeah. The thing I was really going to talk about first was I found a way to spend more of my money each month.
Okay.
Disney Plus is out.
We were just everyone's freaking out, and I think I'm probably gonna, as soon as we're done here, go home and start watching Disney.
Yeah.
Because I need a day of the couch and some Disney movies.
It's good because they have everything. It's something like 642 different pieces of content, something insane like that. So it's like Disney movies
I can knock that out this afternoon, I think.
Totally, yeah, you'll have that done by the evening. Yeah, they they have everything back to like 1928 Steamboat Willie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which I immediately, when we got it, I made my kids watch and sit down.
Like,
we're watching.
What the hell is this, Dad?
Yeah, they're like, oh,
yeah,
and
cartoons.
Yeah. And they've got the movies. I mean, all these things through the different decades. Marvel, Star Wars. Obviously, if you're listening to this, you probably already know because they are promoting it everywhere.
What they say they had like 5 million or billion subscribers, like day
Right,
one. I don't know, something crazy. I was like,
yeah.
I don't even know what the number is. Some
huge number. I'm sure 5 million in that first day.
Billion.
Yeah. But it's fun, and it is. It's all Disney stuff, so it's not. It's not as wide and varied as what you're getting on Netflix or Hulu, and it's not like super adult kind of stuff. But look, you got to love yourself some Star Wars and Marvel and Disney, and they have Disney shows, they have TV shows, all that stuff.
Oh, it says 10 million signups since launch.
Well, that
was a day ago.
That's a modest increase, or nothing to 10 million in a couple days. Damn. So
at what is it, $6.99 or $5.99?
Yeah, it's something like that. I ended up we do Hulu, and we did the package. There's like a package you can get that gets you Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus, which I'll be watching a lot of, as I'm sure you can guess.
No.
Yeah. Well, now that I've got it, I'm like, well, now I have to watch something on it. And they actually have a show about sneakers, so
I would watch that.
Yeah, so I'm going to go through
sneaker head movies.
And I feel like now at this age that I'm at an age where I've been so anti-sports most of my life that it's almost just a thing with me.
That's part of your identity.
And so now I just need to be like, okay, well, let's just sit down and watch, because anytime I've watched hockey, liked hockey.
I like going to the sporting event.
Totally. Anytime I watch soccer.
I like hockey, but I don't like watching it on TV.
Yeah, so I feel like between those two things, I could probably get into it. So we'll see.
It's hockey season.
Yeah. So there we go. Disney Plus
and Bearskin. Yeah.
All right.
Well, thanks, Bruce.
Thanks, Jody.
I appreciate it. Absolutely. I'm going to finish this beer.
Yes. Good luck.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. Thanks for listening to Heavy Conversation. Be sure to like and subscribe on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.